Hello and welcome to Visit Fylde Coast. We're on Blackpool prom. You can tell that by the tower. You can tell that by the tower at the back of me. And it's grey. It's grey, but it's really mild. And it's been throwing it down this morning, but not to be deterred. We're doing another one of our What's Happening in Blackpool videos. So we're outside the old Woolies on the prom. Look, you can just see the writing over the shop front. So we're going to go and take a walk round and we're going to see what's happening this week because it's a couple of weeks since we came to Blackpool. So don't forget, make sure that you've given this video a like, make sure that you've subscribed to Visit Fylde Coast, make sure that you hit the little bell for notifications and we'll take you with us for a look round. Before I get to the crux of why I'm stood outside Woolworths, just point that out for you. There's another one there as well. Traffic enforcement cameras. That's for the bus lane at West Street Corporation Street and the bus hub. So the reason why I'm standing outside what used to be Woolworths and was temporarily pound stretchers is because, drumroll and fanfare, Hole in Wand, the new golf attraction, is opening on the 4th of June, and that is the entrance for it. I came for a look round the corner to see if there was any sign of life or any access, and there's workmen around, but they could be working anywhere, couldn't they? Quite frankly, they could be working anywhere. I think he's going to have some pain on trying to sell electric cars on a wet Monday morning, but nonetheless, so it's very mild. When I got to Blackpool this morning early on, it was absolutely throwing it down. I wondered if these were doing the building works in the Hole in Wand golf. No, they're working at the tower. And the guys that are doing the golf apparently come out of the Bankay Street entrance, so we'll go and have a rattle at this door, shall we? And see if we can get any signs of life, because this is the exit on Bankay Street. So we'll see if there's any open doors, because we like to rattle a door, don't we? No, it's locked. Should be locked, shouldn't it, really? Anyway, that's that. That's opening on the 4th of June, and at some point we will get a look. That's the new Bubble Chat. You Chat Bubble Tea Shop, not Bubble Chat. You might remember I went in there, and they're actually very nice if you're interested in that kind of thing. And I've just parked inside the Hounds Hill, and I came round to the seafront via Victoria Street, which is this one. And I noticed while I walked through the Hounds Hill that there's all kinds of things happening in there. They've got, this is that fashion shop that they got hold of me and dragged me into last time I came down looking at Abingdon Street. I'll pop my nose in and say hello to them. It's not there, young one. Hello, are you well? Yeah. Good. Waiting for all your customers now. It's stopped raining. All right. Yeah. So we've got travel agents on the right hand side, World Travel Lounge. We've got Abingdon Street Market on the left. So these guys are temporarily camping until they can move to other premises. So there's all kinds of things in it. We'll go in and we'll go and see if the lady's got any more information about where they're going to next. Ooh, Yardley. I like Yardley. She's talking to somebody. Hello. Have you got any updates on where you're moving to?
We're going next door.
Oh, good.
It's not very big, but 4 of us are having to go in because
Right.
we can't afford the rent and rates.
Right, but you've got somewhere.
Yeah, but it is up for sale, so if somebody comes We'll be out.
Yeah, you're out, right. Well, good luck anyway. We'll come and see you. When are you moving?
We've got to be out of here by the 17th of June.
June, right. We shall pop back in. I'm Jane from Visit Fylde Coast. I spoke to is it your daughter?
Yeah. My sister.
Your sister. She's very like you. You're very like one another. So we'll call and we'll have a look at you when you move into your new home. So these are the same sorts of ladies' clothes that they sell in that little shop that we've just stuck our nose through.
Where I'm going to put all my fascinators, I do not know.
Right, so if you want a fascinator, ladies, you need to come and buy one because she don't want to pack them up and move them. So come and get your fascinators for a day at the races. Oh, now then, that'd be a good wig for me, wouldn't it? That would be a pearler February 2, that one would. That will be a pearler. Woo! Over the top. Smile, you're on candid camera. Did you hear that? Cards? Have you found a new home? No. Oh, she's a little waif and stray. She's looking for somewhere to live. So if you've got a nice convenient space for a lady that sells a lovely range of cards, come and see you. Absolutely. Bye. So it's all going the hounds hill. There's a shop. Now then, how do I describe it? Straight across from JD Sports. It might be a different sports shop, but the sports shop is being ripped inside out by builders, and there's a new shop selling baseball caps called Lids that's just opened, which is literally just down here on the left. So there's all kinds of stuff, and I believe that things are still afoot. Things are still afoot with the Debenhams store. My understanding is that there are negotiations underway with somebody. I don't know who somebody is, nobody will tell me. But at some point, I think there's going to be an announcement made, so we're all agog and waiting for it. So this is Blackpool on a Monday morning when it's just starting to wake up and come to life. That sounds like somebody's doing some washing at the Grand Theatre, I would say. This is the entrance to the show bar. Hello. Hello. You're doing a good job. He's doing his housework. He's doing his Monday morning housework. You see, you don't think about all this, do you? All the bins that need emptying and all the deliveries and all the cleaning that gets done and all the litter that's picked. You just turn up and expect it to look the same. These always smell delicious. Back to pies. It's nearly lunchtime and we are going to go and do... Oh, is that for me? Yeah. It's the wrong colour, it was pink. It should have been red. We're going to go and do a Fish and Chip Friday video for the end of the week. So you'll have to tune in on Friday and then you'll see where we've gone for our lunch. And I'm going to do fish and chips today, but I think Fish and Chip Friday might gradually morph into different kinds of things. It might morph into different food. It's very quiet, isn't it? I noticed this morning when I was at home and sat working that it seemed really quiet on the seafront at Cleveland's. It seemed deathly, in fact. It seemed very odd. In fact, I looked out of the window and thought, is something strange happening? It wasn't raining at that point. Got a few empty shops, but all the regeneration and building work, you can see it's starting to have an effect. In fact, talking of the Hounds Hill, I'll show you around the corner because they're cracking on a pace. Shall we go for a little walk this way? Oh, you can't see. I'm not walking all the way down there. It looks much like it did on the last video. But I've taken some photographs, so I'll drop them in for you. I'll drop them into the video. Everybody's eating inside today because it's not red hot and sunny. It is actually very mild. So we can't find hole in wand. And I also happen to know that there's a new bar opened up here, which is called Russ Brown's House of Secrets. And I'm wondering if it's that one that I'd looked at and said, that's a nice shop front, I wonder what it is. Because it's in the Winter Gardens complex. So let's have a shufty up here and go and see if I'm right. Hello!
Hiya.
Goodness, they're all waving at me this morning. They're all waving at me. Which one is it? That's Quilligans. These look a lot nicer, don't they, with the new shop fronts on. All tidied up. These are the old entranceways, these pieces of stonework. I think they were revealing it. Look at that one that they've replaced there. And these look like they're going to be renovated. This is the old archway that used to open up when they originally built it to take coaches in when they were coming to shows. It is. I was right. I can remember when they first started doing this, it was one of the first ones to be done. Saying, that's a nice shop front, I wonder what that is, it looks like a sweet shop. Obviously not. Nothing to do with sweets. Family Magic Shows and Bar, it's obviously not open in the day. Well, I can hear my stomach rumbling spectacularly. That's the Cedar Tavern look with the scaffolding off it. That looks lovely. There's a car coming, I better move. I want to get me knocked down here. That looks lovely now, it's all coming together. Goodness, it's warm. Right, I'm going to go and get some food now because I'm getting really, really hungry, so I should join you in a moment. I commented a little bit earlier that there's a lot goes into keeping Blackpool clean and tidy, and you can see that there isn't a scrap. There isn't a scrap of litter on the floor. Look how clean it is. And this guy here in the little street sweeper has been going round and round and round in circles, and I can only say he's polishing the floor. He's polishing the floor, and this is another one here with the yellow top on. And he's the custodian. He's the custodian of this marvellous machine. And this is a no-no, as they say on Teletubbies, and it's like a big street hoover. So it literally goes round hoovering all the tab ends and all the rubbish and all the litter up. So if you just don't drop it in the first place, just imagine how much cleaner it'll be. Got the plants outside at the front of Hive. Look nice, don't they? Look like herbs actually. And it's all busying up. It's considerably more lively than it was this morning. It's now about 12:30, something like that. It's about 12:30, so I've done the fish and chip Friday video. So I'm all fully replete now and ready to roll. So we shall go for a walk down here and see what we can find. So we failed with the hole-in-one golf in the old Woolworth/Poundland building. So we'll see whether or not we can make anything of what's supposed to be the mini planet attraction that's opening in the basement of what used to be BHS and is now B&M on the first floor. And that B&M's a fantastic shop if you've never been in it. My favourite shop. Did you feel me? Did you feel me going do 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 to the works then? Get that for control. I've just walked straight past. Some mothers do have them, don't they? It's been and gone, that one. You've missed that one if you wanted to see it. There's no sign of any signage or access or anything, is there? No sign at all. I've not heard anything more about it either, so I don't even know whether it's still progressing. And don't forget, I gave you a Scarborough warning in Blackpool that there are new cameras in operation around this block here, where the bus lane is. Presumably that's what a bus gate is, according to that new piece of road signage. So it's this one on this pole here, and there's another one to match it just up there, and that's the bus hub. So it's to stop people from driving round the bus lanes, because it is access only for buses. Is Viva Shoba. Great night out if you're interested in a great night out. More fish and chips. And this is the Viva Diner. We'll have to be going in here as well. We'll do a fish and chip Friday in the style of yum yum burgers or something similar. And this is Blackpool. Welcome to Blackpool. That looks better now that the water's dried up. That looks much better. Oh, just a minute. I thought that the big wheel was back. Oh, no, it's not. Do you know, I don't know where I got that idea from. I thought the wheel was back on Central Pier, but it's not. I'll cross the road and join you over here in a second. So this is the Seaside side of what's happening in Blackpool. And we're on the seafront now. We're on the seafront and it's very quiet. There's actually, I think, some people looking at the electric Ford cars now. They were twiddling their thumbs earlier this morning when it was quiet and rainy and grey. It's brightening up quite a bit. I think it's going to turn into a lovely day. And frankly, when you're at the seaside and you can hear that lovely sound and you can watch the seagulls, what more would you want? What more would you want? Love to see it up against the edge like that. Can you see how clean it looks as well? It's been blowing from the east for a few days, and when it does that, the sand settles out of the water and it always looks a lot cleaner. Oh, you pretty little thing. You pretty little thing. So I'm going to have a stroll up to Central Pier and see what's happening down there. Do you know, I could have sworn blind I'd seen somebody said that the wheel was going back up. I'd actually checked with the people at Central Pier and asked them if they'd got any idea when it was coming back. And they said it was sort of any time now. I think they've been struggling getting parts for it or something like that. I mean, just imagine taking that to bits, servicing it, putting it all back together again, and then getting it back on a pier and not having any spare nuts and bolts. Can you imagine T-Boy in training doing it? He'd have all kinds of bits left. He'd be saying, I've taken a wheel down and I've got a wheel left. So the Woolworths building is looking quite magnificent with its scaffolding down now, nearly. It's just that little bit on that front corner. The comedy carpet had a full wash and brush up earlier on in the year. And it's now looking very shiny. It's very shiny on a dull day, so you can imagine how shiny it is when it's a sunny day. Sam's venue is on track for next summer. He's to keeping guard on the litter bin. One sleeps with one eye open. See, this is what I like about Blackpool, because you can go into the town centre, you can have a look at the shops, you can go to the attractions, you can do all that kind of thing, and then you can come out here and you can enjoy a beautiful view and a beautiful seafront, and it's just lovely. Look at these all lined up. I'll not make a move. Yes, the big wheel is definitely not there. Oh, it's sunny. It's coming out. The sun's putting his hat on. Hip 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 hooray. I just like listening to that. Never tire of hearing that noise. Never tire of hearing it. So, you may remember that we had some confusion earlier on in the year. Let's carry on walking. About new attractions that were opening in the Sea Life Centre block. Well, it's come to my attention that a planning application has been submitted for another new attraction. So in Madame Tussauds block, you might remember that Merlin opened Peter Rabbit earlier on in the year. And that's where the confusion came, because we couldn't work out whether they were opening just that one or another one, or what they were doing. Anyway, there were two. There were two new ones coming this year. So Peter Rabbit is already open, which you'll see when we get a little bit further down there. And there's another new one for which a planning application has just been submitted, and I believe that's going in the Sea Life block. And looking at the Sea Life building, it looks as if it's all been boarded up. I do believe it has. So obviously there is all kinds of things going on underneath the board that we are not allowed to see yet. Let's go and take a look. Let's go and take a look. I thought Bonny Street Market might have been open today. Bonny Street Market is there at the opposite Coral Island, and it's having its last season this year. It's having its last season, and then that's going to be closed as part of the redevelopment of Central Car Park. Did you notice that I've had a nasty accident with my pointy finger? Last week I took the wash basket out to put the clothes out on the line, save the electric and all that, and I scraped the end of my knuckle. I can only say I grated it on the rendering outside the back door. It was very painful. It was very painful. So now I've got a big ugly scab, which is slowly shrinking. Now then. So this is obviously what they're doing. You might remember that this building here, the Sea Life, because Sea Life is upstairs, it's upstairs in that building. So you go in and then you go up an escalator. But all this ground floor here was all tatty shops and sort of quite run down. And it's all being boarded off, and they're obviously doing something at the back of the boards. So if they've submitted the planning application, my best guess is that they're working underneath there right now. And Merlin are opening that as well, so that'll be interesting. Cadbury World would be nice, wouldn't it? Back onto my favourite subject. And Peter Rabbit is there, just at the left of Madame Tussauds. Deck chairs are out. Not today though. Not at the moment, because number one, it's been raining, and number two, the tide's in. So if you wanted a deck chair at the moment, you'd need to have a scuba deck chair. A scuba diving deck chair. We're back to the sea again. So I hope you've enjoyed this look round at what's new in Blackpool. It's been a bit of a ramble round that this morning. From town centre to seafront. Do you know, I think we might go and have a nosy on the pier and see what's happening down there. Make sure that you've subscribed to Visit Fylde Coast. Make sure that you've hit the bell for notifications, and make sure that you've signed up for your Visit Fylde Coast email newsletter. And then if we do go and nosy on the pier, or do any of the other lovely things that you can do when you're in Blackpool, you'll get a notification and you'll know all about it. You have a lovely day now. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.